Okay, here we are looking at finishing off the Westport tweed waistcoat. And we're looking at the right front here. As you'll see when you're joining the right front to the back and the same at the other side, you're leaving a split at the top of the moss stitch on the side seam. Now, when you've done your squared sections, when you were working it, you will see that rather than carrying all the balls of yarn across, some of them you were knitting up separately. So in the back, you will close those gaps up just by doing it and say this is a different colour. I've already sewed these up. So what you're doing is you're just slip stitching the whole way up flat, the closing over those sections that you split. Okay. Now, your band up until the waist is attached. Okay, so here you have up until the waist, this is your front band, and then at the waist you have split into sections, if you see on the photograph on your pattern. Now, okay, here is your armhole. So this is one section, this is another section, and then you have the third section at the armhole. Okay, so when you're sewing these up, when you're sewing the border, when you're sewing this one here up, the section of the collar, you're sewing it flat, same as the split at the bottom. But when you're sewing this one up, you're doing an overlap. So if you can see there, okay, you have this as an overlap, which is the moss stitch. So when you're sewing it, you're leaving it as an overlap. On the inside, it will be whip stitch done up flat going as well. Your I-cord, where you have done the yarn over knit two together, you're going to weave the I-cord in and out up to the top. Okay. On the side seam, you then have where you've added your I-cord, your loop for your belt. So you're going to sew it top and bottom, and then you will just weave the belt going through that section. Okay. On the back, again, if you look at your pattern, you'll see the drawing where you've done it in sections as well too. So you have one section here, you've got the middle section, and you have the third section. So it's the same thing where you're joined until you get to the waist, and then on the back, and then you've split into those three sections. Again, you're going to sew it with the overlap, that moss stitch overlap. So you're sewing on the inside. I'm sorry, it's black, it's hard to see. But you see on the inside, and that gives you that overlap there. So you will sew it along this seam, flat on the inside, like that. Okay. Again, you're going to weave your I-cord from the bottom going up, and you've already closed your sections here. And it's exactly the same when you get, let me turn this around, when you get to the front, the left front, it's the same thing. You're bending, you've got this seam. You've got the seam on the inside where the edge of where the inside section of the moss stitch is. So you're sewing the outer section with the sleeve hole to the inside of this, and you're leaving the moss stitch as a flap. Okay, F-L-A-P. So here again, you've got the collar is knit separately. Both are different. And when you get, so you're going to sew it flat on the inside going up to your shoulder. Okay, and this is your shoulder where you've got those two sections there that are overlapped. You have a collar, C-O-L-L-A-R, at the top. Okay, so you have about an inch in from the front band. Then you're going to start attaching the collar over to approximately an inch on the other side, and you're just going to flat stitch that going as well, and that's your collar. Okay, so then you will steam it all flat. As I say, that's the way to go. If you have any questions, you can email me. There you've got all your I-cords all woven in. You can email me any questions and I can help you with it. But look at the photographs on your pattern. Thank you.